Yo, it's your boy JT, and I'm here with my Gennady Golovkin, Curtis Stevens post-fight. What a great fight! Both fights, on the card, the heavyweight fight and the main event. It's unfortunate that the heavyweight fight pretty much ended in a tragedy with Mago. He's in a coma right now, and yeah. But as far as the main event, prayers go out to him, by the way. And I hope he comes back with a speedy recovery. As for the fight, it went pretty much the way I thought it would. I'm actually shocked that it went as long as it did. But you got to give credit to Curtis Stevens, for surviving that long. Pretty much after the second round, after he got knocked down and he looked like he just seen a ghost. Well, I'm surprised he continued much longer after that. But I mean, you got to give credit to him. I knew he would be a tough competitor. I saw how he was training. I followed him on Instagram. I saw some of the things he was doing. And it's the fight of his life, opportunity of his life. You got to, some of you dumbass fans, man, just so ignorant, man. Like, dude, if a guy is fighting on HBO for the first time, he's fighting for a world title, the opportunity of his life, the hardest he's ever trained for any other fight, that dude's going to show up. He's going to show up. So people think, just because a guy lands a few shots that, this, trying to discredit Triple G's victory. That dude, man, he came to fight. He showed that he's gonna go out on his shield. So shouts out to him. As for Golovkin, man, dude, it's clear as day that he's the best middleweight in the world. I mean, like I said, I don't need to see him fight. I mean, I would like to see him fight Sergio or Peter Quillin, but do I have to see it to know that? No, because like I said, skills pay the bills. And I watched this fight 3 times. And, it looks like Curtis Stevens is landing shots, but really Golovkin is rolling them. And he really showed how much of a pro he is and how much defensive responsibility he has. He knew that Curtis is looking to counter you with a huge left hook. And you could just see him, he really methodically beat his ass. He went in, he used his jab like usual, but he was very cautious of of what's coming back from Steven. So, he was really impressive. He really impressed me. Both guys really impressed me. It was a great fight. I think Stevens can go back to doing what he was doing, which is, knocking out the second tier, the other fighters, at middleweight. He can go back to doing that. Even if he got a shot against a guy like Macklin or Barker, I think those are good matchups for him. If Stevens lets his hands go, man, and you let him get off on you, it's going to be a short night. I don't think no one at middleweight is going to be able to stand up to this guy if he gets off on you. I don't think anyone's going to be left standing, But Golovkin, man, he just proved that he's very, very talented, very skilled. They're saying he's coming back in February in Monte Carlo. This guy is must-see TV, because that's 15 straight knockouts. I mean, And it's good to see a guy who gets knockouts, you know, using skill. He's not just going in there, you know, looking for one home run, you know. I was watching Cal Boxing's his video, and one of the guys on there, he said something very interesting, which I completely agree with. He said that Golovkin reminds him of Miguel Cabrera. I mean, he's a power puncher, but he also hits for average. You know, and I feel that's a very, very good way to put it. I mean, very strong, you know, very, very disciplined. You know, even when he dropped Curtis in the second round, he didn't go in there and go crazy. And you see it all the time. You see guys hurt a guy and then they punch themselves out and get caught. But he stayed with his game plan, and he stuck to what his job was and what he wanted to do. So, you know, shouts out to him for that. Shouts out to Golovkin. As for, you know, next for him, I think his mandatory is going to be Martin Murray. I think that's a great fight. If they could set that up for February, that would be great. But the thing is, I think Murray is fighting in December, so I don't know if he'll be down for that quicker turnaround, you know. I would love to see him knock out Barker. That would be, I mean, I don't think Barker has too much of a chance. Or Sergio, but I just don't think Sergio is going to take the fight. You know, Sergio's looking for a payday on his way out. You know, and I understand, you know, it's like my other video. It's a business, man. He knows he's going to lose to Golovkin. You know, so why take that L, you know, if you can go make tons of money fighting Cotto, you know. So, I mean, hey, it sucks, but dude got a family, you know. What's he going to do after boxing? You know, we don't really know. So, hey, you know, you can't really knock the guy for going after the check. You know, so, you know, maybe if Sergio can beat Cotto, which I think he's going to fight, you know, maybe he'll fight Golovkin, maybe. But, I mean, and at the end of the day, well, I mean, to his credit, I mean, up until this point, Sergio's been fighting everybody. But I guess to him, he thinks he's now some type of big draw, which I don't really think he is. I actually think Golovkin probably could sell more tickets than Sergio. So, I mean, it was a great fight, but yeah, it was just another good boy added to the list, man. Just a phenomenal performance and another destruction. It's your boy JT, man. I'm going to end this right here. I'm out.